back here, Loitering, and we up here in a nice treehouse this night.
Nice.
It's very nice, isn't it? You like it?
Built last week, I believe.
Well lit.
It's a special thing for our childhood friend in a in a treehouse is like a childhood memory with our childhood friend Louie.
How you doing?
Everyone, a lot of people who probably listen to this probably know Louie. I've known Louie. I've told you in the past 2 podcasts. I've known Louie since first grade. As long as I've known Josh, pretty much.
Pretty much. First grade, all my life after that.
Nope. Still, it's been. How old are you in first grade?
6.
It's been
5,
20 years.
I was 8.
Holy
Dang.
crap. Really hasn't been 20 years?
I've known Louie for 20 years. Damn.
Dang.
Can't say that about many
Yeah.
people.
It's not really old when you say that.
But we're up here. We just ate it.
Tell Josh
Delicious
about
food.
that comment.
What? Oh yeah, Josh is complaining his last podcast or his podcast that he was all old because he goes to school with a bunch of 18-year-olds trying to get some
Isn't he
poontang.
technically younger than us?
He's Mike's age.
Jail day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It was good.
that was very good.
It was fast service and good margaritas.
Fast.
It was
Good margaritas.
delicious.
Great food. I had the chimichangas. Mike copied me as always. Got the same thing.
Well, I didn't get salt on mine. You didn't
Right.
either, but you ordered
Salt
it.
You don't get salt on a chimichanga.
Yeah.
No, I mean, margaritas.
Margarita.
Whatever.
They
Whatever.
got a cool tree house in the back.
I know it's pretty sweet. I talked to the
Well
owners.
built, yes.
And we came here last time. We were thinking about doing it with Jimmy, and then the wait was too long, and so we went somewhere else. We went to Chili's for all y'all to listen. Tried to guess. We were at Chili's. So congratulations for winning the contest, and,
There was a contest?
I hope you enjoy your free Loitering and T-shirt. Oh, that's what I was going to show you, Katie. Let me take my shirt off real quick.
You
But
know,
what?
doesn't the owner's son, wasn't he in our grade for this?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
The
don't know,
owner's son. Who's
son
the
or
owner's son?
cousin.
Who is it?
Jesus, real nice guy. Went to church.
He
a
was
lot.
nice.
He's
church
like
a lot.
extremely nice.
I don't know people of how much they went to church.
Exactly.
He was pretty nice.
You know that guy went to church like every week. Oh
He went to
yeah.
our church, Louie.
A lot of
St.
people went to that
Margaret
church.
Yeah, Jesus.
I haven't been there in a long time.
Yeah, I don't know his last name.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Corona?
I've been to church in a long time.
Real nice guy. Short.
Yeah, kind of round, a little round.
Yeah.
Not fat.
Real nice
just
guy.
chubby.
I know.
Real
I
nice,
think I'm
real
friends with him
nice.
on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He didn't friend me. I guess he forgot about me.
Friends on Facebook. Oh, he didn't friend you.
Watch out, Mike. Your head is like 2 inches away from pointy nails.
Yes, this is a dangerous Mexican treehouse. Exposed nails and
Screws that stick out a quarter inch
you
from
really
the
got to
wood.
pay attention to where you
I think it's
are.
more it's just for the viewing pleasure, not for really to be in.
I think it's for the bird watching group.
It's for the upskirt because there's sections in between the panels of wood on the floor.
Peepholes.
So you get girls who walk up here with their skirts and they look up.
It's like 20 Mexicans
Yeah.
down there.
She's not wearing a skirt. Damn.
I think that's exactly what it's for.
That doesn't work in the winter.
The upskirt treehouse.
That's why they built it during the winter. Now summertime's coming along. They don't
that's
want it to be
brilliant,
too
though.
obvious, so they finish it a little bit before summertime.
No, it's not for the skirt. It's like the
Yeah, we built that in the winter. We weren't thinking about that.
That was the last thing in the back of my mind.
skirts in the spring. What? No.
They
So
wear
what have you been up to,
skirts.
Louie?
Just working, you know.
Louie
Not
works at
much.
a department store.
Yeah,
How do you like it? You been there how long?
about 5 years now.
Damn.
Have you ever felt up a mannequin? Like touched a boob just for the fun?
I
of it?
have.
Yeah.
I don't even work in department stores and I do it. I keep mannequins in my bedroom.
In your bed?
Those are called blow-up dolls.
Nope, they're mannequins.
Sex mannequins.
You drill a hole in them, so it's all hard and
Oh,
plastic.
yeah.
It's all
I think my
furs.
manager has an obsession with one of the mannequin hands because he has like a bunch in his desk. It's weird.
Are
Ow.
they in different
likes-
hand shapes?
He likes to go up to people randomly and like touch their face with them like it's
Cup
his
their
hand.
balls. So
You're
he
like,
has
what
really...
Does he stick it in his shirt like he has an extra long hand?
Yeah, exactly. He's like, hey.
He's like out there, customers are shopping. He's like, oh, man.
He goes to shake their hand and then he just lets go.
Who would think that's a real hand? Doesn't it feel like all
Yeah, it's-
plasticky and hard?
and it looks like a woman's hand, but it's like really white too. So
Is he Mexican?
no, he's just some white dude.
Loser.
Might be a war bet. prosthetic, comes off. And he's like, oh.
No, he's never been in
He's trying to play it off so people don't know he actually does not have a hand.
more like a midlife crisis. He just got
Actually
divorced.
doesn't have a hand.
Oh, dude.
So you prank people? That's the worst midlife crisis.
And bought a Corvette. That's part of it.
Oh, and he bought a Corvette.
Pranks me
Is there a new one?
Classic
Ferris
one or a new
Bueller.
one?
Like a 2008, 9, something like
No.
that.
So,
Ooh.
I mean,
That's a Corvette.
department store money. Probably about like a $30,000
Yeah,
car.
it's a nice place to
I
work.
think.
20, mid-20s at least if it's nice.
I think more expensive.
No way.
They have exposed
Brand
nails,
new.
but they took the time to frame in the doorway all nicely.
Mexican work.
Yeah.
It's all about how it looks, not the safety or reliability.
I'm pretty sure they finished this within a week.
It looks pretty
Yeah, I think
legit.
it did.
It looks good, like it's made well.
It did. It's nice. I'm impressed.
It's nice, except for the nails poking out.
I think it gives it that Mexico touch.
Yeah.
Makes you feel like you're in a
little
authentic
spicy.
Mexican restaurant. I don't know, a
Yeah,
little dangerous.
I doubt this is the use for it. People standing in here are grown adults.
I mean, I'm a child at heart.
Your stature is taller than a child, though, so that
Stature
doesn't
is-
count.
Pretty damn tall.
Oh,
About 5'6". I'm not tooting my own horn, but
Yeah, this place has been around for a while, too. Ever since I can remember.
this treehouse? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It's been around.
Can
I don't
anyone
even
remember it not being here?
I'm
I
pretty
remember.
sure.
I think they opened it when we were in
I don't think
middle school.
Was it really?
Oh, you actually remember it not being here?
I remember.
Was it middle
opening.
school?
I think it was in middle school.
I don't even remember being here in high school.
What?
Really?
I remember it always being here.
I always ate at the
I
other.
remember. Wasn't here.
Yeah,
No comparison to this
Yeah.
one.
No treehouse.
Exactly.
parking lots.
I like how, like, at the bottom treehouse, there's like random old plastic kids' toys. They're just like scattered.
But there's
like
also
some kind
like
of
a
child
legit
graveyard.
like rock wall. There's like a rock
Yeah.
moat around
Like they,
awesome.
Maybe it is a graveyard. Remembrance
Maybe.
of their children.
Indian burial ground.
Or remembrance of the child labor that
Got,
was
like,
working in
floodlights
this.
pointing at it.
They're gonna learn.
I was at CVS today. This old lady asked me if I was Indian. Because my last name was
Indian.
Holland.
What?
What? What does that have to do with Native American or?
Native American.
Oh,
Sorry.
Nah, same
we
thing.
use political correctness
feather.
around here.
Daughter feather.
Why did you think you were Indian?
Energy
I was
turtle.
a Holland.
Holland's
Like,
an
I used
Indian
to know
name?
Indians.
Yeah, that's a Native
Named
American name.
Holland.
You might just be stupid.
Sounds like a Norwegian name to
Yeah.
me.
She was old, so you know.
She's
She's
been
just
around.
crazy.
I get when I was working in Killeen, a lot of people thought I
around.
was like a
Middle Eastern.
Hawaiian type
Oh.
of thing.
With a name like Martina.
There's a common, like, she's like, "Oh, are you Martinez? Are you Mexican or are you Hawaiian?" I forget what it was. It's not Hawaiian. But
Hawaiian would be like
Samoan?
Kamakawiwo.
But apparently it's some other, I don't know. Because a few of the people worked there were that nationality. I do not remember what it is. And they looked Mexican,
Sumatran.
but they weren't Mexican. They were like Asian.
What?
Ooh.
Filipino.
Not Filipino.
Thailand.
So I don't know what
Cambodia?
it was.
Filipino. That's
Cambodia.
Maybe, I think maybe it's Cambodian. But apparently
Well,
it's
Martinez,
Martinez is a common name for that.
Cambodia.
we'll have to check
Actually,
into that.
I don't think it's Cambodia. I mean, it's something. I'll have to look it up. She's like, oh, because I gave her my business card. She's like, oh, you Mexican or are you whatever?
You should
That's
say,
a
why
weird
does that
question.
matter?
Yeah, exactly. Why would you ask that?
Because that's what she was.
Oh.
She was the other thing, not
Okay.
Mexican.
What was that?
I don't remember. I'll
She
have
wanted
to look
to
it
meet one of her people.
up. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You should pretend
I thought
to
she
be
was
that
just
way,
randomly
so-
asking you.
Just a white lady, are you
Lost all the
Mexican or
cards.
are you Cambodian? Because that makes a huge difference to whether I buy your car.
So,
Service from you people.
all before on our ride to dinner and during dinner, Mike was commenting about something funny that happened. Today's February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day.
Yep.
I only know that because my dick hurts really bad.
It's really weird.
You know, those hookers jack up their prices on Valentine's.
I know, right? They say,
Man,
oh, no condom, and you think it's gonna be great, and then like next day it's killing you.
Pay him to beat up your dick or what?
So anyways, I didn't want to tell anyone because I wanted for the
He said it
reactions
was
to be
gonna be
true.
so hilarious and crazy. So now,
It's not that crazy.
Why do you have to build it up like that?
so
Maybe it's
my opinion, it has something to do with like some sort of show that they went to see in Georgetown.
Well, how did you know it's in Georgetown?
I'm psychic. Where else are you gonna see a play?
How did they know it was a play?
Because he was singing Guys and Dolls.
Oh. We saw Cats the musical in Georgetown.
You
Oh,
know how ridiculous Cats is?
it's pretty. See, it's
Have
a
you
play.
seen Cats?
I've never seen it. I know. I guess it's a play done
hilarious.
with cats as the characters,
Yes.
and they just talk like they're cats.
I just want to sing that cat song.
How do
all
you
day
talk
long.
like your cat?
How's it go? How's it go?
The Rum Tum Tugger, he's a curious cat. Meow.
It was down. I literally laughed to myself for the first 15 minutes when they started.
That sounds awful.
It was hilarious. I highly recommend seeing
There were
it.
a bunch of old people there. It was pretty cool.
The Georgetown Theater.
Georgetown,
How is it
bunch of
inside?
old
I've never been
people.
inside of it.
It's cool. It's like
It's
a
actually
small
pretty cool,
theater.
yeah. It's like a small Paramount.
I heard it's tough because they don't have any AC or heating or anything.
Oh, it was cold in there. They had AC blasting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Every seat's a
Wasn't
good
it
seat
cold?
because it's so small. So
How much did it cost?
they did pretty good.
$26 a ticket. But they actually had like legit actors, like
Yeah.
Well,
people that studied at Juilliard and
Yeah.
School of Acting?
The
How did they
girl,
end up
the
in
girl from
Georgetown?
Juilliard was really good. Her singing was really good.
but
They had a special effect where a tire rose into the sky on like a lift, and then a
Oh,
stairway from
hilarious,
heaven came down.
was there big balls of yarn?
there was.
Was there?
Yeah, the two cats. Well, someone was singing. They were playing with it on the side.
I didn't
The
see
funniest
the yard.
part was looking at what the
The
cats were
singing
doing in the
distracted.
background.
It's like acting like people acting like cats.
Because they're trying to keep
Exactly.
characters, so they're all looking at themselves and
No one's even paying
purring.
What the
attention to
hell?
them, and they're like doing little cat
Like they're all
motions.
Like an
hitting each
actual
other's
cat?
tails. Oh, it was downright hilarious. I wish you guys could
I
see
did
it.
see one like extra actor pretend like she was about to jump at like a mouse, and then do a little jump, and then be like, "Oh, I'm a cat."
Oh, that was hilarious.
Were they like shitting in boxes and stuff?
There was no like, box.
No litter box.
Well, they were
Yeah.
stray cats, weren't they? Aren't they stray cats?
Some of them are stray, and some of them are house cats.
They get let outside.
My favorite cat is the Rum Tum Tugger, who's a curious cat.
He likes to tug down by the tummy.
He's such a sassy cat.
He rubs and tugs underneath the tummy.
Does a rub and tug?
I guess the whole concept of cats is that once a year, all the cats, stray cats, house cats meet, and
They decide
They select
which
a cat.
will be saved, and we don't know what that means. A cat
Saved.
we think they killed a cat.
Like, sounds more like a cult.
Like sacrifice?
Exactly.
more like the cat goes to heaven.
It was actually really hard to follow.
Yeah, because it was a musical, so everything was sung, and so we can't. You have to try to like follow what they're singing.
It was pretty
Was it
funny.
complex?
All the men were in
It's
tights,
deep and
There was lots
complex
of-
So you enjoyed
cat
it, huh?
story.
cat bulges, and I really like men in tights.
You do have a fetish for that.
So it was a
There
good.
was women inside too.
It was a good Valentine's Day,
So
basically.
there was a lot of camel toe and a lot of moose knuckle.
Yeah, there was more moose knuckle than camel toe.
A lot of camels and mooses.
Disappointing. That's disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hilarious though.
What's
It was so great.
She said there was more camels than mooses.
You should go
Or
check it out.
mooses
though.
and camels.
More mooses.
More mooses than camels.
I think you will thoroughly enjoy it.
I think I would.
It's playing for the next 2
Enjoy.
weeks.
Please silence your phone, Louie. Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to edit that out.
That's cool.
You're gonna have to edit out the whole sentence you just said too. But yeah, go see it.
Oh, you said you had a video.
Yeah, it only makes sense when you're actually there because, well, I don't know. You
Well,
probably
then why did you
still
take the
laugh.
video?
For Katie's 1 second a day.
Yeah, hopefully I can get it on
Did you
my
see the
phone.
camera that they made? That clips to your shirt, and every 2 minutes it takes a picture,
Weird.
and you just walk around with it on your shirt, and then you get a recap of your whole day with pictures. They did a Kickstarter for it, and apparently it got approved. They tried to raise like $550,000, ended up getting like over $1 million.
Wow. Well, that sounds like a creeper tool.
He's a cat.
I think that's the train cat.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a cat that was on a train. Look at his tail.
Yeah, that's a train cat for sure. That's a Skimble Shanks, the train cat.
Who's naming these cats?
Their names are awesome.
They all
There's
had
Skimble
ridiculous
Shanks,
names.
and the cat that went to heaven was named Grisabella. It was a
Jizabella,
Grisabella,
Was there a rumple
downtrodden
foreskin?
cat.
Rumpleforce, Jizabella.
She got passed around by all the cats.
Nice.
There was a cat named Mungo Jerry.
Did they cough up a lot of
Which was
hairballs?
a white guy, surprisingly.
Did they cough up any hairballs?
No one coughed up a hairball or like scratched
They're
and
not
pooped
real
in a
cats.
sandbox.
Oh. That's a cat's
That's
life right
disappointing.
there.
For being a small theater though, and they actually had pretty good.
Did they make
I was
like?
thoroughly impressed.
Did they make like giant human props? to make it seem like when they were walking
They
around.
did
like,
have
in
a
the
really
house.
big chair. It's basically filmed in like a junkyard or something. But
It's
there's a
actually
big chair.
all on one set, pretty much.
For some reason, a shoe fell from the ceiling and just like a shoe just fell on the stage, like a big shoe.
No one said anything.
Everyone was just like, "Oh no, a shoe!"
So it's just like someone throwing it in the trash.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
exactly.
Like,
It's like a
just
junkyard, that
random
makes
things
sense.
that happen. when you live in a
Some,
Surprise, more
some
things
things
didn't
about
fall.
it were like confusing, just like, "Oh, that just happened for no apparent reason."
They had a-
Cat's life.
They had a magical cat too.
Yeah.
What?
He had lights all on him.
Yeah.
He was really magical.
Yeah.
He
What
did
did
a
he
magic
do?
trick.
He made a
Did
cat
he fly?
disappear.
Was that the
Oh.
Rum Tum Tugger?
I don't know what his name was. I got lost in the names.
Their names are so awesome.
Tim Tugger.
I would like to see that. That'd be pretty cool.
Go see it, please.
Let's see if we can get.
So you're not the only one that saw it.
I told him. We talked about last time I went and saw Puppet Show with my mom.
Puppet show.
It was like I said this last time, our first podcast. But I don't want to say it was an adult puppet show. It was like
It's just like dicks on
like
a stick.
With your mom?
She's like, oh, I'm enjoying
they
this.
made took like an R-rated movie and just made it out of puppets.
Oh.
It was like
It
that.
was pretty funny. The lady behind us, there was like a real old lady behind us, and anytime there was any like hip swiveling in the cat, she was like, "Oh, very good, very good. I like this."
Just
Well,
gyration.
The Rum Tum Tugger did a lot of hip
And
gyration.
she was like, "Oh, very nice, very nice."
Exactly.
Yes.
And old people are very excited by lights too.
Yeah.
They're just like cats.
oh.
They're just like cats.
And or children. They wear diapers.
Remember when we were at Chili's and that old man came up to that little girl? He's like,
Oh, yeah.
"Oh, I'm an expert at children. You're
So weird.
a little girl, aren't you?"
What does that mean?
An old man just walked up and he was like, "Oh, a baby!"
What?
There's this old lady at my gym that wears diapers.
At the gym.
Yeah.
So when she sits down, it's like
She always has a smell about her.
a little squish, a little
that's terrible.
squish on the machine.
I feel bad for her.
How old is she? You
I don't know, maybe like in her
ever
70s.
talk to her?
No.
Wow,
At least she's
70s
working
and
out.
at the gym.
Nice.
Impressive.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, there's been older. There's been like a 90-year-old.
What? No way.
She
He
literally
just kind
doesn't
of
give a
walks
shit anymore.
around.
at
He's
the
real
gym.
skinny.
He just walks around with weights in his hands.
No, he never has weights. I
Just walks
Walks in
around
circles.
think so. I don't know what he does.
That's funny.
checking out all the youngsters.
Like, oh yeah.
Oh, you lifting that weight there?
You look, I can't get it up anymore.
Want some
He'd
candy?
be raked by now.
Old rapist.
Back in my day.
Would have had you bent over right here. No one would have said a word.
It's real life Herbert the pervert.
Pervert to pervert sharing network.
So anyways, Louie, tell us more about your life. I would like to learn the inner Louie. That is Louie.
Not much
CK.
snow, man.
Any crazy
Tonight
things
only.
happen at the department store?
No.
You get any crazy customers like that frequent there all the time, and you're like, God damn, this person's here again.
Well, I don't know.
You're not in the actual.
Well, the sales part, yeah, not too much. But I hear stories like, I don't know, like that manager dude randomly found 2 dogs that just wandered in our store the other day.
Dogs?
I just took them home, yeah.
He
Just
took
like
them
little
home.
chihuahuas. Now he has 2 dogs that are his, and he walks them to the store sometimes. Like, what the
So they
hell?
were his dogs. He just brought them to the store.
No, they just wandered in one day. They were just like wandering around. They have like a pack of dogs that wander around
So what
behind
happens
our
when you have
store.
automatic doors?
That's what they need. They need to make. You should make a
They have
musical
it for
about it. A musical
Dogs.
called Dogs.
The musical.
There were dogs in the Cats musical.
Yeah,
they
the
kill
cats did a play of dogs.
The Cats did a play about dogs.
That's gay. I don't want to see
With
a cat
play within the play.
Yes, there were
Oh.
2 plays within the plays.
Yeah.
Actually, it's very theatrical.
Nah, I just lost interest. 'Cause
No,
cats
please
don't
go
do
see it.
plays. Cats don't make plays.
They did for the king cat.
Dogs are mortal enemies.
It was quite hilarious.
Did any dog kill a cat?
No.
No, the
Oh,
cat
right.
actually was a hero and scared away all the dogs.
No, I was definitely not going to see the movie.
It's not real.
Rumpus
Mysterious cat?
Rumpus cat.
Serious
Rumpus.
cat?
Mysterious?
Mysterious, the
Oh,
magic
yeah.
one.
He kind of came down and he was like, "Rrr," and he started fighting everyone.
No, that's the Rumpus cat.
The tough
Were you
one.
even paying attention during
So,
Obviously not.
what other crazy stories happened in the department store? We don't want to keep talking about cats.
Yeah, I don't like cats, but this is a funny play. It's a funny play.
You don't know until you try.
What, cats?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not getting a cat.
No, you don't have to get it, just see it. But anyway.
We should go see it, David. Yeah.
Yeah, Louie, you want to go see it with me?
Yeah, let's go see cats.
All right. It's a date.
No, it's not a date.
I'm not going to wear any underwear.
Please wear them.
Oh, you like taking them off?
No.
You like to have something to do? You don't want me to just boom and it's just there.
Yeah, that's not fun. Where's the suspense?
Yeah. It's like first there's the
What are you
pants.
talking about?
Oh wait, now there's
You know
underwear.
what's good? Tidy whities. Tidy whities are probably the sexiest underwear, according to
way.
me.
According to you.
Like
You're also
boxers?
stupid.
Who wants a saggy pair of boxers?
They feel good.
It's all about boxer briefs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
boxer briefs are good.
More
They're comfortable.
sliders right now.
I think tidy whities are good.
The boxer briefs are comfortable, yeah.
Those are the most comfortable.
Mhm.
You don't got to worry about them bunching up and everything.
You know, you should tell us about Lou. You got any crazy stories about when you used to deliver furniture nationwide?
Oh yeah, that's what we should talk about. That's
That's
First
crazy
off-
stuff.
describe your boss to us
No, the boss of the traveling,
that you would
She
travel
was-
the world with.
she was insane. I don't know. She's having marriage problems throughout this whole process. I was there. I'm still not sure if they're together or not, but
Lay down like the base story. Like you used to deliver furniture in one
Yeah.
truck with like 3 people in the cab.
yeah, pretty much
And you
Did you
go
sit in the middle?
sometimes.
the skier.
But she would always, every time she took frequent trips to California, she had an ex-boyfriend always help. And that was always awkward.
sexual attention.
Well,
They
maybe,
share the same
maybe
room?
for her.
She had a current boyfriend and an
She was
ex-boyfriend.
married.
She was married,
Oh.
but she was that guy that her ex-boyfriend was one she was with for like 20 years before she got married. But the
Dang.
guy was just kind of a loser. But,
The boyfriend or the
yeah,
husband?
the boyfriend.
Oh.
Yeah, he's delivering
Husband, he
furniture.
works for like some IT company. He's like a British dude.
But he's never there.
So he's like,
Pretty much.
Tally-o, Earl Grey tea.
Yo, yep.
Man, he's a cool dude, but man,
So she
I don't
needs.
see how they got married.
So,
I don't see why would you want to marry that woman.
She
Good
hot?
Lord, no, not at all.
She was very fat,
She
like
was really
huge,
fat. She
obese,
was huge.
annoying.
Did she have
And
childbearing
she would.
hips?
I don't know. She didn't have
had
any
no-
children.
They were just absorbed in fat.
She should, I think, because at her boyfriend's house, she had a picture when she was skinnier. She was still not hot. It was just terrible. Yeah, it was always awkward with them, always flirting, and well, it was mostly her flirting with him, and he was kind of resistant. He was like, yeah, that's
was the
cool.
guy ugly?
I don't I can't really comment on the dude.
Be honest.
I guess he was an alright looking dude. He was really short. I think he was like, I don't know, like Costa Rican or Peruvian or something like that.
Costa Rica.
If you were into dudes, he would have been your type of dude.
Yeah, no, I'm not into dudes, so,
So-
I can't comment on
This
this
is a
dude.
hypothetical
Was,
situation.
was he more doable or was she more doable?
If someone had to put a gun to your head and said you either got to do her or do him, what would you?
No, like Mike just wants to know who's getting the short end of the stick. Like, is the
Yeah.
lady
Oh,
deserving
If you're a
of
He
that?
girl,
definitely is.
if you're a girl, would you do him, or if you're a guy, would you do her? Well, you
No.
are a guy. I think.
I am a guy, and I'd rather do the
The question is the
So she's hot.
No, which
No.
one is objectively more desirable?
objectively.
he's not huge, fat, obese, and
No, he's
stupid.
just.
So
Just say you're gay, Louie.
No, I'm not gay.
That's what we're going for.
I can edit that. I can edit that not out.
You messed up, man. But that was just
gonna be
awkward
the whole
riding in the
first
cab with them.
Whole first half is gonna be Louie going, "I'm gay, I'm gay." Cats, I'm gay.
Great play.
Robin Tuggers.
Rubbing tugs. Cats, I'm gay.
That's the
Gonna
whole
follow up
podcast
from
right
the last
there.
podcast where David was saying he's gay.
When?
You know how you're saying you're gay when you're
Which
singing?
David?
No, y'all were saying I was gay.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Y'all were saying I was
Pretty
gay,
sure.
but I was like, that's just a rumor. People heard
Rumor.
it. They know.
With people.
Rumor has it.
That's,
So you just sat there for hours on
yeah.
hours listening to them flirt and like,
they weren't always flirting.
Where did y'all travel to? How often did y'all go?
Well, mostly we would pick that guy up because they would always go to California because that's where he lived. And she's from California, so that's how they.
So she'd go to California first, pick
I mean,
him up.
they have a lot of
bring him
business
back.
there.
drive to New York.
Well, sometimes they would fly him.
It's all
She would
right.
fly him. Like she would just pay for everything for this guy.
Dang, that's
Wow.
ridiculous.
They would have their own hotel room, and I would have my own. So it was,
Dang.
it's really
That is weird.
awkward.
That's weird.
Were they adjoined?
What? Now, sometimes they
rooms.
were, but sometimes like
You could hear him in the back room.
no. I couldn't hear him at all. Thank God.
You heard male pleading. No.
That must have been some expensive ass furniture you're delivering.
How much did it run?
Very
What was the average of the pieces y'all would send?
average, like easily in thousands.
Dang.
So, like, yeah, the most expensive stuff was like their huge beds were like $20,000.
Dang.
Yeah.
But you said they weren't handmade. Like Italian place in Italy made them. They shipped them to
This
y'all.
place in like Indonesia.
Oh, and
They-
shipped them to y'all.
they are
And then y'all
handmade,
would-
actually.
And then, but the company didn't hand make them. somebody else handmade them, and the company.
Well,
bought
she
them
went
from
over
them.
there and did a deal with the people who actually make it. And so, yeah, she just gets it direct from them.
That's pretty
They
sweet.
literally do it by hand because their electricity is controlled by the government. So it's not reliable. So they can't rely on power tools. So they have to do hand tools.
That's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It's by hand, not by choice.
Pretty much.
That's the good stuff.
It was insane.
Because they
Man,
know
that
that's the
woman
only way
was
they can do
insane.
it.
Pretty much, but man, the crap's expensive. I don't even know why people would pay that much because it didn't even seem like that great quality.
Well, it's made by hand.
Yeah, I guess so. But man,
You got to get a well machine made.
I guess rich people have money to throw around, so they don't really care.
That's why they're rich.
Yeah,
So it makes them rich,
exactly.
having money to throw around.
They're tired of seeing everything so perfect. They want it to have little weird chips
Little
in it.
defects.
Yeah.
Sometimes that would make them go crazy though. Trying to send it back
Oh, really?
Oh, man.
Send it back to Indonesia.
while we were delivering it.
What?
Yeah, that's awkward.
Like you get it there, and
Yeah.
they want to send it back.
Yeah, that
because
happened a
of
couple
what?
times.
How mad does that make you in the instant where they're like, I don't
What are they?
want
What are they
this.
complaining about?
Like, I don't know, there was this family up in Ohio that bought like all this stuff for their daughter. And like it was like kind of cracked, but it's only because it's furniture, you know. When it gets shipped, it kind of moves around. There's a lot of crap that happens to it. It's just, even the carpenter would tell you that happens to even well-built stuff. So like you would see like just stress fractures, you know, everywhere on the wood. But they were just complaining like crazy that everything was broken, and then they were calling up while they were in California and we were delivering in Ohio. They were calling her up, and
Oh, so you deliver with other people, not just
Yeah.
her all the time.
we're not, yeah. Because actually, the way I got into it is there was a chick that worked at Kohl's, and she was their best friends. So she asked me if I wanted to work for them. So that's why.
And you're making good money, right?
Not really.
You're just getting to travel, and
Yeah.
they would pay for all your food and your housing,
Yeah, it was pretty nice.
or your hotel and everything.
And then she would not stay in anything under like a 5-star hotel. So it was
yeah.
always just like luxury.
And she'd take you to
everywhere
dinner,
she
and they'd
went.
always like fancy dinners and shit like
Yep,
that.
it was pretty damn nice.
That's
But
pretty good.
Interesting.
yeah, it was.
So it was an experience,
It
if
was
anything.
all right for a while, but man, she was just too crazy for me, man. She was like a horrible human being. I don't see how people get along with her ever. But
Can't imagine. That furniture must be so overpriced if you could do all
exactly.
that.
I mean, they've delivered to like all sorts of celebrities, and the guy they
Really?
based the story off of, Jerry Maguire, they delivered to that guy. Like the receiver for the
That guy must be
Texans. Yeah, I think he's like some Asian dude actually.
The guy Jerry Maguire's
Show me
Asian.
the money.
Yeah. It's
I
like
believe
some
it's pronounced
Asian dude.
Joey Maguire.
Joey Maguire.
Like they were saying it wrong, so they just put that in the title.
His name's Jawe.
Joey.
Joe.
Jawe.
Did you deliver to any famous people?
Not personally, no, but they delivered to Tony Hawk's house.
Ooh,
Sweet.
It was like for his girlfriend or something.
Nice.
I thought he was married, but she said that was for his girlfriend.
I mean, famous
He's
people
probably
like
got
that.
something
That makes
on
sense. So I was
Got
like,
a
yeah.
little tang on the side.
I was like, yeah, that's cool. They did a delivery for the Texans wide receiver, Andre Johnson. I don't know if you know who that is, but yeah. That dude bought a big ass bed. He paid like $20,000 for his
Damn.
bed. I was like,
Wow.
wow.
What's it? I guess we won't worry about the name.
I would have been more interested in going to Tony Hawk's house.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
But he's got like.
Yeah.
But that was before I started working
shit
there, though.
everywhere.
Well, it was his girlfriend's house.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually,
I thought
his
she was like
house.
living with them and
No, I
No.
think, yeah, he had a separate house for that.
like next to his house.
She's
No, I don't know about next to him.
It's a secret.
He had like
Wow.
a separate house
Bed.
that they were decorating or something. And
To
that was
surprise
before
me.
I started working there, though. I didn't.
What if this
deliver
is
to
how
that
the story breaks and Tony Hawk's has a girlfriend? Like the next Tiger Woods scenario. All of a sudden, Tony Hawk's crashing his car into his girlfriend's tree in
She's
front.
breaking his window with a skateboard.
Wasn't that a crazy scenario?
Yeah.
What? Tiger Woods?
Tiger Woods was getting his SUV smashed by his wife with a golf club.
It happened during Thanksgiving. It happened during Thanksgiving, what, like 2 years ago?
You could not have predicted
I remember
that in
because
1,000 years.
my brother-in-law would always get like ESPN.
His wife was hot too.
things.
Jesus.
Oh,
I
she's
feel
still-
bad
they
for
got,
how,
they got,
like-
they got back together.
Did they?
Yeah.
I thought he was with somebody else.
I thought they got back together
She
for a
took
while.
all his money too.
I thought he was with that skier chick that
Oh no.
He had
Lindsey
problems, though,
Vonn,
you
I think her
know.
name
I
is.
don't know.
He was addicted to sex.
I feel bad how
That's-
Tiger Woods' like whole
that's a
career
problem
was
I'd like to
ruined
have.
because of that. I mean, that
Pretty much.
doesn't have anything to do with golf. So
Personality. When you're famous like that, it's your.
I know, but that sucks.
Rep.
He was like the richest athlete too. That's awesome.
Well, it's all his. It's because all his sponsors. He makes all his money off his sponsorships.
What about that? What about
And
that
not
other
golf.
golfer?
Companies don't
Mostly
want their
Nike.
sponsor being like
Michael.
You know,
Michael.
Who's the
Nichols.
other
Sexy.
golfer who's like a bad boy? He like wears weird pants.
that doesn't make you a bad boy.
He wears like weird colored
Thinking of
pants.
McElroy,
I don't know,
a
but
young guy.
Macklemore.
Not Macklemore. He doesn't go
who
off.
did you
Maybe.
say?
There's a. The
Was
guy
he a
that always
fat
does
guy?
like the ED commercials or something.
ED.
Philip.
Oh, you're
Michael
talking about-
Oh, Phil Mickelson. He does
Phil Mickelson.
arthritis
Oh,
commercials.
It's not that guy.
He's not crazy. He's not a bad boy.
He used to be the bad boy at golf, like way back when he first got into it.
He used to
He
kick
would,
over
he would
tees.
2 times. He was famous for like cheating on his wife and getting drunk during competitions.
I feel like that's
so-
most celebrities and athletes, though.
But that was like
Double
his early
standard.
careers. His early part of his
Poor
career.
I feel
Tiger.
like that's just normal in the celebrity world.
Yeah. He is kind of. I mean, that's what I'm looking forward to when I become a big celebrity.
Cheating on your wife and stuff? Yeah.
Getting hooked on drugs, becoming a hardcore alcoholic, and I want to go. If I want to go out, I want to go out like Seymour
Yes.
Hoffman.
That's the American dream right there.
How'd he go out?
OD on
Heroin
heroin.
overdose.
Oh.
They found him in his apartment, or in his apartment
After
with
25
a needle in
years
his arm,
sober.
and
Damn.
apparently there was like shitload of heroin everywhere in his house and shit.
Sprinkled everywhere.
And somehow they
little
arrested
trail.
like random people
No, they arrested like 4 people for him.
Really?
already. I was like, already? How did they even
Yeah,
know
like
that?
2 days later.
Arrested him for what?
I
Selling
think
him the
this is
heroin?
selling, supplying it to
They
him.
accused him of like supplying.
I don't
to
know
him.
what happened with
Or
him.
intent to sell and all that too.
Huh.
It's fucked up.
But they said they had no connection to that.
Well, I would say the same thing.
I'm just saying.
Had everything to do with that.
That was me, 100%. Well,
You
saved
read
all
a
the
tell-all
trouble.
book later.
I don't want to waste taxpayers' money.
Just waiting for TMZ to get here.
Good guy heroin dealer.
We're going to wrap up this first half here.
I feel like it was a good first half.
It was a good first half. It stayed
Pretty
good. We're gonna. I don't know what we're gonna do for the middle music in this one.
Trombone music.
Katie's got to rent her trombone.
I need to get that trombone.
I think what I was thinking, you can get like cheap instruments on Amazon. I was thinking
know.
just buying a bunch of instruments and we can
Yes.
just practice playing them and make that. a
Can I
fun
have
part.
a trombone?
Start a
Might
band
let me buy
eventually?
it because then we'll just have like a
You're gonna
trash
have to
trombone.
store this trombone. That's giant. I just don't. I only see it being used for.
Katie,
You
have
can't store it in your garage.
Can I
Have you
store
seen
it
my
at
garage?
David's? Can I store my
Yes.
trombone at David's?
Sure.
Yeah. You buy a trombone, I'll hold it for you.
Thank you. We can just start
That solves
acquiring
both our
instruments
problems.
for the podcast.
Yeah. And then we'll just randomly
pretty
play.
sweet.
Well, then if
Maybe
people,
we'll get good eventually.
anybody who wants to be
I have
on
a
here,
bongo.
if you play an instrument and you want to jam, the podcast we had before this, we did with Jimmy, it's pretty sweet jamming.
We'll play your
And,
jam
well,
Well, he
set.
actually knows how to play the guitar.
We'll just,
so.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Anybody who knows how to
That's
play an
helpful.
instrument.
You still got that didgeridoo?
If you know how to play like the
Oh yeah, I have a didgeridoo.
violin,
It's at my mom's house.
you can't really jam with a didgeridoo.
Sure you can. That's total jam session
Total
instrument.
jam
Got the bongo, got the didgeridoo.
I got an
Yeah,
app for a guitar.
Like a hipster.
I could play a piece of pipe.
Wow.
Our intro, I made intro with GarageBand.
I probably should get that didgeridoo.
Sweet.
You know, it'd be cool with tambourine. I was gonna say
I'm gonna
tangerine.
get a drum set.
Tangerine.
I got an app for a piano and a guitar. I can
We
play that.
could just mouth jam.
You can't play a guitar.
Beatbox.
You can't play a
See
piano.
if we can harmonize.
Oh, I got my piano. My piano was the first one on the
Oh yeah,
first
I forgot you
podcast.
had that.
My keyboard.
Your keyboard.
All right, well, we'll wrap up this first half. Hope you all enjoyed it. We'll be right back. Yep.
This nail is coming out.
Not anymore.
Don't take it
The,
out.
nail,
Oh my
the nail's out.
They know we're the people who've been up here.
That's not good. The nail comes out that easy.
You think it's like a training exercise? So when you come up in the treehouse, you learn how to construct.
For all the little Mexicans up here.
Or maybe they just had a child
They just
workforce
see a
work on
loose
it.
nail and they have a compulsion to like hammer it in.
Could be. It's a possibility.
I really like the doorway. It's very
It's very well framed.
squared off, and it's like it's got a little overhang lip.
It's probably at least like 5'7" high, 5'6".
Yeah,
No.
about 5'7". Looks like it's about an inch taller
I'm
than me.
5'6", and yeah, that's like 5'5".
No way.
It's a 5'5" door frame.
That means David wouldn't be able to fit under it. Oh, that's 5'7".
So it's like
all day
5'6"
long.
exactly.
Well, your
My
hair
legs
is-
just spread apart.
Your hair is like an inch.
His leg is spread apart.
I'm gonna knock over
He's
the.
all over the mic. That's oral pleasure. It's really weird. Play by play.
Don't be jealous of that microphone.
Play
Oh,
by
I'm
play.
You'll get some of that action if the cats play.
I'm not going to a cat's play.
The
just your idea.
Tiger, he's a curious
You should
cat.
go to the Cat's Play, Louie. I think you'll enjoy it.
Mike just wants
I'll
us.
watch it online.
It's not as good as being there in person.
That's true.
I laughed
I'll
so
watch
hard to
when it
myself.
goes back to Broadway. I'll watch it. I'll only watch Broadway.
It probably would have been better in Broadway because there would be
Yeah.
fireworks. The lady at the beginning
And better
said
acting.
they were not allowed to have fireworks because they didn't have sprinklers in there. But
Oh, they
so
have
apparently
fireworks.
there's supposed to be fireworks.
I think I know the part where it's just talking about because paper shot out.
Where the boot fell.
There's a
No.
magician cat, and he just danced around for a long time, which is probably when they were supposed to have fireworks, spicing it up. But
Yeah.
For a long time.
Interesting.
he just danced around in a circle for a long time.
Very interesting.
It's hot too.
So you said the AC was blowing.
Oh, I mean,
Ah.
temperature wise, it's cold, but inside, my loins were hot.
That's weird.
Well,
So anything else been going on with you, Louie?
Not much, man.
nothing at all.
Let's
How
talk
many-
about our DWIs.
Since I'm part of the club now.
Oh, you can.
God damn it.
We should make up a sweet handshake where you grab my penis
And shake it.
with your hand.
It's not a handshake.
Yeah, there's a shaking and hand is in there, so it's definitely a handshake.
It's illicit touching.
So Mike started the club. He was the original.
The original, yeah.
What was it, like 4 years ago?
Right before I turned 21. So yeah, about 4 years
4
ago.
years ago.
Is that when you fell asleep in your car?
And we had
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it was
Technically,
fucking,
I wasn't
Wow,
driving.
only 4 years ago?
It was a,
I wasn't driving either, but
It was
they got me for a DWI.
it was a fun day. Well, I was definitely
I thought you
driving.
were 19. Oh, well,
Maybe I was
close enough.
19.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
you
I
were
remember.
19. You weren't 21 yet.
Really?
Because you got a lesser. You were 19.
He was definitely not
That was like 6
21.
years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5, 6 years
It was
ago.
a long time ago.
Wow, I thought you were drinking age
No,
already.
he wasn't. Because it was a fun day Sunday,
Yeah.
and
We were at that old apartment, at y'all's apartment.
you're in David's apartment.
That was
Mike
08.
he had to be at work at midnight.
Yeah, I
you
believe I
got
started working.
Crazy.
Yeah, I
trash.
remember you having to go to work. And
The
just,
story is just really dumb.
You got crazy trash, and what your neighbor? I'm not gonna ask you because I doubt you remember. But your neighbor underneath us was getting all pissed off because it was Sunday night, and we were all being loud and shit. And your neighbor was getting real mad, and you're like, they're like telling y'all to be quiet. You're like, shut the fuck up! I'll do what I want. And you start throwing beer bottles off of down the
Wow.
steps.
no wonder why they called the cops.
So, before this was going on, Mike was trying to go to work because it was already about to be midnight or something.
Like, just call in, asshole.
Yeah, we're like, oh, yeah. He like went to his room and got dressed. And was like, guys,
This
you fucking
fucking
stay
guy.
here, Mike. It's, and he fought us. And our rule, if you're going to be our friends, is
Yeah.
if you want to make a bad decision, we'll try and stop you. But if you're hell bent on it, we're going to let you learn
That's
the hard
best way to go. I'd
Yeah.
rather learn the hard way.
So we finally just said fuck it and let him
Not if
go.
it kills you.
Well,
We finally just said fuck it and let you go and drove off in your company van.
company van. Yeah.
As soon as you leave,
Yeah, I
19.
forgot about
Had a company
that.
van.
as soon as you leave, the downstairs neighbor's like,
Not even old enough to drink.
I saw him leave. I saw the van. I called the cops. He's gonna get arrested. And we're just like, shut the fuck up. None of us were yelling at you. And so, sure enough, How far did you get?
I probably made about 2
About
miles, 3
about 2
miles.
miles down the road.
Then I pulled over and I was like, man, I'm drunk. I'm just going to sleep it off.
On
In
the
the van.
side of the road.
And you could
on a
think of that
van,
while you were in
a
your
van that's
apartment.
on.
If it wouldn't have been
That
on,
thought couldn't come to
if
your
it wasn't
apartment.
hot outside, you didn't have to have the AC on. You would have
Well, they said if I would have been in the passenger seat with the keys like
Not in the
not in the
outside,
ignition
they said out of my reach or something like that.
up your butthole.
Yeah, that would
That's the only way.
That's where I always hide my
Cops even
keys.
gave me a chance when they came. They're like, shove this up your asshole and we'll leave.
There's no way, dog.
I won't get it.
Sorry, I gotta go turn off the camera real quick. Now do it.
Ain't gonna do it. No, it ain't
So I'll
gonna
let you
do
walk away right now if you put these keys up your ass.
And he quickly switches it to his dick.
Oh, you're bending
Old
over.
switcheroo. Old switcheroo.
If it gets me out of it, I guess. Oh,
Oh, it's already happened.
those are keys.
And then what?
But then about probably 30 minutes later, 20 minutes later, cops came knocking on my window, waking me up.
Do you remember what you told them?
They were like, oh, what are you doing? I was like, oh, you know, I'm just sleeping. And they're like, oh, why are you sleeping? And, you know, and he tried to tell them you're tired. And then they're like, well, why don't you go ahead and step out? You know, trying to be all friendly. And
Come on, man.
always just like, come on, why don't
We
you
got
just
candy.
step out here?
Come on and do this.
I feel
walk
like in that
test.
situation, you just shouldn't do anything. Just
that's-
keep sleeping.
that's what
Should
my
have
lawyer
turned
said.
over and started masturbating.
That's what I should have
They're
done.
not
My
going to mess
lawyers-
with a guy who's masturbating.
The lawyer said to refuse everything. You should just say, nope, go in the cop car.
That's what my lawyer told me too.
But no, me not knowing that, I performed some oral sex.
And you still got arrested.
I failed that horribly.
Drunk.
That's why they arrested you.
I threw up
Couldn't even
on
give
the
me
dick. Apparently that's a big no-no when it comes to cops. But yeah, I failed on the sobriety test and
They took you.
took
in.
me away.
Apparently, in the car ride back, you were just couldn't stop talking about Dark Knight.
Yeah, I just got done.
So it was when the Dark Knight
Yeah.
came out.
I think it was that weekend we just saw Dark Knight or something. And so the whole time I was driving the cop car, I was trying to talk to the cop about the Dark Knight. Tell him about the scene where
The Joker.
they put the pencil on the table and Joker slams his head. And it's like, oh man, you gotta go see it. And
We were 19 when that came out?
explain. I went on for like 15 minutes trying to
Michael
talk
was
to him.
20.
Oh, okay.
And finally he wasn't having it, so I just gave up on talking to him. And,
What an asshole.
yeah,
He's missing out on a good movie.
Batman's not even my
He's
favorite
the one that
character.
lost that night.
yeah. We're gonna talk about jail experiences too, or
Yeah, we'll go. We'll,
I didn't have
we'll
much of
talk
a jail
about mine.
we'll do all the
I'll talk about
scenarios
mine.
first
Yeah.
and jail
Yeah,
experiences.
tell
Mine-
us. Louie's is pretty messed up.
Mine came in about 2 years ago, and mine I don't have that great of a story. I was at.
Do
I
you
was
even
at.
remember this story?
Yeah,
No.
I was at the regular bar I'm usually at, where our good buddy works at,
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
hanging out Friday night. Just hanging out, drinking some beers, and
And by some you mean how many?
well, I ended up drinking. Well, it wasn't that; it was shots. Because I was hanging out with one of Damon's buddies who was at the bar. We were talking about movies and shit. And these girls came up to us and was like, "Oh, it's my birthday. We're taking shots." And so we were talking to them, and she bought shots
That's
for
always
everybody.
good.
And so we did
It's
like
her birthday and she bought shots.
well, her
for
buddy,
everybody.
her friends bought shots for everybody. So we ended up doing like
This
3
This is a
shots.
nice person on their
I don't know
birthday.
what it was. Ended up doing like 3 shots, but I don't know what it was. And then I had like
That's always good.
8 beers.
Along with it. Nice.
Along with it. I didn't know I was going to have shots. It was like at the end of the day when they started having shots.
Damn it.
And I was just like, fuck
End
it.
of the
Boy, y'all drink way more than I did.
And I was driving home. And what got me is I missed my exit.
Oh.
And so I had to turn around, and my turnaround was in Georgetown.
No.
Because I'm right there at
Danger
Round
zone.
Rock.
That's like right in the.
So I had to turn around in
Epicenter.
Georgetown, and what they got me was I was just swerving in and out of my lane.
Oh.
And so they pulled me over.
Gotcha for swerving.
And so they pulled me over, and apparently when I pulled over, they told me I jumped a curb, like when I turned to the side, but there was no evidence of that. And I don't remember doing it at all. I remember most of
You're
that.
like being a detective and drunk. No, sorry.
Look at the skid marks here. There's nowhere I hit the curb. You can tell the
My
velocity of the
footprint
vehicle.
on the brake pedal
It's like, sir, you were on this side.
says otherwise.
So anyways, I get he stops me. He's talking to me and like, oh, when was the last time you ate? I did my sobriety test. I passed everything except for the walking. Oh, when he was doing the light in my eyes, I kept like go in ahead of his light. Like he would like, and then my eyes
So
would start moving.
The walking and the lights, the whole sobriety test.
No, I did all the standing on one leg.
Is that technically
touching
failing
the
if
nose.
you're going before he does?
But I didn't fail that. He just kept getting mad at me. When I went back to my lawyer, they replayed the tape, and like for about a couple minutes, he was like, "Do not anticipate my light. Follow the lights." He's like, "Stop anticipating it." I was like, "I can't help it, man. I just got good reflex."
You are pretty fast in general.
Yeah, cops do get pissy.
And so,
Yes, they do.
I did
Mostly
my stepping,
probably
and
because
I
it's really
stepped.
late at night when this
I
happens.
stepped off of my line like twice, and then I blew.
I
and,
can't believe you blew.
I blew when I got
So
back to
did
the
I.
precinct.
Can't
I got back to the precinct and I blew. It was just like a fucking, I don't give a shit anymore. And I blew like a 1 point or a 0.17 or something like that. I was over double the limit.
They wanted me to blow, and I was like, no.
My instinct just
I was dead.
I won't do it.
So, tell us about your story, Louie. Your story is pretty fucked up.
Louie's is probably
It's really lame.
the worst
That's
for
what's
your case.
It's fucked up with society. It's like,
Yeah.
come on, you would think somebody would.
So let's
do
look at the
better than that.
timeline here. We go from us as being 19 and 20.
Mine was 24,
Yeah.
and Louis is
Yeah,
26.
and mine happened in December.
So 4 years, 2 years. So in about 1 year, someone that we know is going to get DWI. If you follow the pattern.
Well, if you're going by people we know, there's a lot more. If you're going by that pattern, then Katie's next to me.
I really doubt that's
In 1
gonna
year.
happen.
I don't know. She always says she doesn't think the cop's going to pull her over.
They don't. Well, apparently the statistic is 200 times you drive while drinking before you get pulled over.
That was 100.
Ah, it's 200.
Huh.
Anyways, go ahead, Louie. Go ahead,
Is
Louie.
that counting years? Because
Go ahead, Louie.
well, either way, well, I was coming back from I don't forgot what bar it was, but
It was, I remember what it was, because it's the same one you puked on me at. It was
Yeah.
Fast Eddie's.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's another good story. See, people who don't know, Louie never drank a lot with us, and he never...
not too much.
You were never the person to get drunk. Mike was our drunk throw-up guy.
Always had an awareness of drinking and driving. All
Mike
right.
is the thrower-upper, that's
And so,
for sure.
we were leaving, you got pretty hammered, and when we were leaving, this was a different time at
Well,
Fast
that's
Eddie's.
because well, I was drinking a lot before I got there.
Dude,
so
I'm
that's
not
why.
saying you didn't. I'm just saying you got pretty
I'm just
hammered.
saying, I'm just saying, yeah.
you're-
That's why I
where,
puked.
where you messed up was you tried to chug that Sam
I
Adams.
did chug it.
The waitress came up to you. The waitress
There's
came up
no
to you.
trying.
No,
I
you
did
tried.
chug it.
I
No,
was
did
sober.
chug it.
You tried.
No, I chugged it.
You didn't finish it.
I chugged it.
You had a full beer and you drank probably 3/4. You chugged about 3/4 of it.
Was it going down the sides of his
And
mouth?
then you were coughing it up and your eyes were all whatever your drunk fantasy illusion was.
Oh, I
how
drank
bad
it.
as you were. But you
In
chugged
his
about
mind, he's really
3/4 of it.
two-handing it.
He's like a hero. Sam Adams.
At least I didn't
then he
puke all
walks
over
out.
you.
He puked over me and some guy.
I don't even.
But it was like, if anybody's been to this place, it's like a wide hallway when you exit and when you enter. It's
Sort of.
probably about
It's not
7
that
foot wide. And
Just
literally,
like a
when you
normal
puke, I
hallway.
was walking in front of you. Yeah, okay. When I was walking in front of you, I just hear,
I was
and
like,
then just hear this. And I feel it hit the back of my right calf, and then I turn around, and it's literally from one wall to the other on the ground, just like spread.
That was mostly because the splatter after the.
And and I hear some guy just like behind me go, "Oh man!" He like puked on his boot or something like that. It's a good
Did I?
time.
I don't even remember
Puked on
anybody next to
my
me.
boots.
It was already past 2:00, and we were the last ones leaving.
Yeah,
They were like
pretty much.
pushing you to leave, and you were like almost at the door, and then just like they were all man.
Yeah.
And then he tried to help clean them up.
I was like, I got this.
Stop spreading it
Stop
around.
spreading it. It's
Stop
like,
spreading. He's like trying to push it around with
it's
his
like your mom spreads it around.
You didn't say that.
Yeah, I should have.
Anyways,
Louis'
so
recollection, he's really cool in his
I know,
recollection.
right? Whatever, man.
Chugged a beer, told a joke.
Puked on a guy. And
Your
and that was
regulation.
that.
What are y'all doing?
What do you want?
Oh, yeah, I just want to... Oh, no. Where's the card?
Right here.
Go on with your stories.
Oh, sorry.
So
Well,
your
tell us your DWI
recollection
story.
of being drunk is always better than.
Oh, you poked out the
What
dot.
actually
guess so.
Damn it.
I was flipping
So
the
go
dot
ahead.
around and around and
I mean, in between
what
leaving,
you're
I was
doing?
all right
Yeah.
all the way up
You
until.
were already in your neighborhood.
Yeah, I was in my neighborhood. I was only 2 blocks from my house. When, for anybody who doesn't know, who doesn't know, my car's a piece of crap.
Yeah.
So while I was driving, I guess this was gonna happen. I guess it would have been better if it didn't happen on the highway. But when I was driving, I was turning. There's like a corner somewhere around my house, 2 blocks.
There's some corners somewhere.
No need to get
in a
specific.
neighborhood.
But a deer decided to run in front of me, so I stopped suddenly, and my tie rod broke off completely. So
You should have welded it instead of tied it.
I don't have any kind of welding material.
Oh, you lost the card.
Go on about your tie rod not being welded.
Why would you weld the tie rod? Either way, it's not
It's a play on words, Luigi.
But yeah, so I avoided hitting anything. Didn't hit the deer, but my tie rod came off. So I kind of just sat there a while trying to figure out what to do. First, I tried to see if the car would move, but yeah, that didn't work. Maybe push it. Yeah, that didn't work either. So as I was deciding to either walk home, which I just should have done.
Weren't you like about to walk home?
Yeah, I was either that or I was going to call my...
Stepping forward to make your first
I was going to
step
call somebody
towards
to call somebody to tell them, but I was like, man, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. So, but as I was deciding, there was a guy who I found out that was actually an off-duty cop.
Oh,
Yeah,
what a douche.
so-
I hate cops
Yeah.
even more now. How'd you find that out?
Police report.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's messed
Did
up.
you get his badge number and his name and everything?
I think his name is...
Don't say his name, because I'm gonna fuck him up, and I don't want people to
Okay.
associate his name in this podcast too.
Okay.
So you can tell me.
Apparently my
afterwards.
stepdad's met him because he filed some charges for something, but he's actually met him. But, so...
But you didn't know at the time he was a cop.
He thought it
No,
was
I
some
didn't.
dude trying to help you out.
Yeah, because he was just in a regular truck or civilian vehicle, I guess you could
He's
say.
probably drunk too.
But for some reason, he was out at 2 or whatever time, at 3 in the morning, and he stopped and asked if I needed help. And I was trying to explain to him that there's really not much you could do because it needs to be towed. So I was thinking it was I just told him it was the axle that broke, but I didn't know for sure. It was freaking 2 in the
You
morning.
weren't
I was
gonna get
drunk.
underneath there. You're not.
Let me
that
check this out.
You're
I'm
not
gonna lift
that
this car up. And then I came up to his window. That's when I told him that there's pretty much nothing you can do. You don't have to be here. He was just like, yeah, just get back in your car and wait. So I was like, okay. He said he was calling somebody
He
to...
told you he was calling a tow truck or something.
He said he was calling somebody to get it towed. And I was like, okay. That's
They
weird.
probably did tow it. Those
Yeah.
police department people.
They did tow it.
That was true.
But, he didn't identify himself as a cop
Well,
at
he
all.
wasn't. I thought he was
Yeah.
a civilian.
But, I mean, he could have said who he was calling, but I guess he didn't have to tell me that either. That's fine.
No, he
I
didn't.
don't really care. But, either way, he just called the cops, which at the time, I legitimately thought he was trying to help me. So I was like, okay, I'll just get back to my car.
You're so cool.
And the cops came and were
Yeah.
like, no, that guy over there is calling me a truck.
What did you tell him?
He's in his uniform like this guy.
I didn't really tell them anything. All I did was just answer all their questions. And that was pretty much it. But what I answered just what got me arrested and everything. So
What did you answer?
I just told them everything that happened.
Did you drank and drove?
Yeah, exactly.
The deer ruined
That'll
your
get
day.
you arrested.
Yeah.
You didn't have any. See, I was even like, they asked me how much I drank, and I was like, I had like 2 beers.
I told them I had like
No.
4 or 5, and they actually found a receipt that said 4 or 5 beers.
It's said
That's
4 or
not
5.
Or like 4. It said like 4 or 5.
Casual bar, you know, about 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
$20 for
Somewhere around there. I was like, wow, they have that receipt. And so,
searched your
It doesn't
car.
help you. I mean, if you have 4 or 5, you're going to be drunk
Yeah.
in the car, so that doesn't help.
yeah, I was
I
like,
was
wow,
wondering-
damn it.
Like in my work van, do they even search that? Because you go in the back and you're like, oh, f this, because all those tools and all that.
I have no
I could
idea.
have like pounds of weed back there.
Yeah, but you'd have to like go through the trouble of stashing it.
Yeah.
Well, if they had suspicion to search your car for that day, I guess they would.
Yeah, they probably look in it, but
They
don't
get
try
yours
real
for a
hard.
They
receipt.
get dogs and
All they did was just.
he was probably
It was right there in the.
street.
It was right there in the
It's all
arm.
hanging out of his pocket.
Stapled to his shirt. 4 or 5
It's like
years.
circle and says new record.
It's my birthday.
Record 5 years.
4 to 5
Personal
years.
best. 5 years.
But I had the car on also because it was actually like 40 degrees. It was really cold, so I had my heater on. But yeah, that didn't help. Also, that I had my car running. So yeah,
So they took you in and
Yep.
Frisked you.
So
So you said you didn't have that big of an experience at the jail, the holding.
Yep. All I did was
What they-
pretty much try to sleep. Really couldn't sleep, but
Was
just
there a bunch of people there?
They,
decent amount.
Were you at Wilco
did,
in Georgetown?
Yep.
did they change you into...
Yeah,
Jumpsuit?
eventually, because I ended up staying there that long.
How long were you there?
That sucks.
I didn't get out until like 10 p.m. the next day.
Did they search your a-hole?
So you were there. See, I was there for
I was
20
there-
plus hours.
No, I was close to 24 hours, but it was like 20, 21.
That sucks.
Did you have to get on the wall and then hold your balls? And
I don't know about home. No, I didn't know my
They
balls.
made you do
What?
that?
that didn't make me, but Mariano was saying that all the
Well, he
people
probably
that
got a
did it.
possession charge.
Well,
He
They
gets a possession
searched.
charge. They do that.
they searched
Usually
me, but not
they-
while I was.
Search your butthole?
No. I had my clothes on when they
I'm worried
searched
about
me.
the butthole here.
They searched Mariano's butthole?
Well, the man like hold his
Spread
junk
his
and like
cheeks
go
and
up left, spread his cheeks.
Up and left.
Well, they must have just thought he had drugs on
Yeah,
him, so
that's
that's why.
possession
And he
charges.
said they sprayed him down with the hose or all.
Did he actually?
Oh, really?
Why would you do that?
Did he actually like go to jail?
Just overnight.
It's like
But it was
prison.
actual jail. It
For
wasn't like just
delousing?
holding.
No, it's holding.
Oh, and they sprayed him down
Yeah.
and shit.
What?
Did he puke over and piss himself? Or something?
Yeah, the more interesting part was the other people in jail, or at least one other guy.
Yeah.
There
That's
was
definitely the most interesting
Yeah.
part.
But there was.
Were people sharing stories about like why they were
Nobody
arrested?
really talked.
I hate
not
that.
at all.
Mine was
Everyone's trying to
active.
share their stories.
What was
I was
what was your
shut up.
That's
experience?
what y'all are
like?
doing right now.
Yeah, but all these strangers you don't know.
I
And
mean,
like,
I talked to some of them, but it wasn't like a huge, long life story. I just kind of.
No, like why they got arrested.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about they shared their life story with you. And you made a new
Yeah, but
best friend.
that. Well, usually when you're in jail, that happens because it's all you have is time.
Yeah?
So, well, I mean, yeah, I only
Yeah, but
actually
there's
talked to like a
bunch
couple
of people.
dudes.
See, when I was there,
Most
there
of the
was
people
like,
there were just like still kind of drunk and just passed out.
When I was there were like 60 plus people in there.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, that's
packed.
It was like maybe 30 at most.
Yeah, it was packed.
But that
over
was
there.
with
they were
men and
rotating
women.
us inside of the holding cell and then out in the sitting area and back and forth.
Yeah,
back and
that's what I
forth.
kept doing. But there were some chicks there, so they would just separate us, so it didn't seem like that many dudes in the jail cell.
The chick in mine was giving people hand jobs
Seriously?
in the back row. Yeah, she got in trouble for it.
Wow.
She got a demerit.
The guy, one
Well,
of the
they made
guys-
all the chicks sit in front, and the dudes
See,
sat
ours
like,
were
towards
all
the back.
intertwined,
Oh.
and apparently she sat in the back and would like give dudes hand jobs
For no reason, for no reward.
just to fight
Pass
the
the
power.
time, just to pass the time.
To the,
She's the most popular girl in jail.
oh, you know it.
yeah.
Of course, she's getting out of hand
They
job.
put her in isolation or whatever, solitary. Or whatever.
Yeah. They had one
She's
dude like
standing at
most
the
of the
window
night.
going,
It's not the hand sign for letting me out.
it's not the dick, it's the hand.
They had a dude who was in isolation just screaming his head off like the
Yeah.
whole time. Like calling this, I think it was like one of the night shift dudes, some big old black dude. He was just like totally being racist to that guy.
Slinging out the N word just like crazy.
I don't know if that guy was like on drugs because once they brought him out to
Usually.
sit with everybody, he didn't say a word. he was just sat there like all nonchalant, had his legs crossed. And everything.
All sophisticated. I need some more Grey Poupon.
He seemed like a rich punk kid though.
And when he was in there with the real criminals, he was like, "Shut the fuck up."
He
He
just
got
sat
scared
there.
once they put
I
him
think
real
he might
criminals.
have. Pretty sure he was on drugs while he was
Anything
screaming
crazy
out.
in yours, Mike?
You know, there's your usual guys yelling, going crazy, banging on windows and all that, and then they had to bring in the chairs. They strapped him down on the chair.
Yeah, they
Oh,
did
they
that to
strapped
that
you
guy.
down? Dang.
They did that to that guy who was yelling. But yeah, and then he started complaining about being in that chair. He was like, "Hey, come help me! This thing's too tight." I was like,
Everyone
really?
complains about how
Yeah.
tight it is. That's 10 tight.
It's probably
I
really
can't breathe.
tight. It's probably really
Yeah, this is what he says. It's like, this thing is injuring me. It's what he was
probably
like,
sucks.
I was like, well, stop fucking screaming then.
Have you been strapped to a chair lately?
I got there at midnight, and I was basically just sitting out in the middle open area all by
You're
myself.
being like goofy teenager out there.
I actually didn't say a word or anything.
I didn't say
I
much.
talked
talking
to people when I was in holding, but when I was out in the open, we were
Yeah.
talking.
I was in my open.
Well, I
I
got
was
to
on my
watch
best
some-
behavior.
They're more strict to me. They're more strict to you about talking when you're out actually in the sitting area.
Yeah.
But if you behave, you can sit out there all you want, and everyone else goes in the holding cells.
Is there a
You can sit
TV?
there and watch TV.
No, they would
Yeah,
still
they had
make
the
us
news on.
rotate.
It was like shitty.
Even if
Austin
it
news.
didn't matter.
Not me. I just I pretty much sat there the whole night.
But was there a lot of people there when you were there?
I was the only one sitting there.
Of course, and I'm just going to move you back and forth.
There were some people that would randomly come in, but it was mostly the same people.
We would talk when we were in holding. Like, one guy was there, he got a DWI too, but he had a gun in his lap.
Holy
So he came out and had a gun in his hand. He came out of the cop car because he was like, "Well, I was trying to let him know."
While
I
he was
had
in the
it."
cop car? What?
No,
I was like, what?
while he was coming out of his car.
How is he not dead?
He was like, I was trying to let them know that I had it so they wouldn't freak out. So I pulled it out when I wanted to get out of my car.
Oh, yeah, that's smart.
You should just told
And look
them,
what I have.
I have put both your hands up. I have a gun. You know.
And then there was one guy.
Don't they ask you that, though? When they frisk you?
I guess I don't know, they like interconned him to get out.
Oh.
Like, I guess he was being reckless and
Oh, okay.
so
I have a gun.
so anyways, there was also this other guy.
How do you say that calmly? I have a gun. How is it? In which way is it not bad?
I have no idea.
Oh, you just leave it in your car. You don't step out with it.
Yeah, that's true.
If they come to your car,
So I was just trying to be honest.
I guess you just like put it somewhere away from you and put your
if they
hands
come
up.
to your car and ask you, be like, "Yes, I do, officer. I have a gun."
Yeah, they
It's
usually
somewhere
ask you
in
if you have any weapons or paraphernalia on you.
Because I had my knife on me when they pulled me over. They asked me, "You have any weapons or anything?" I was like, "I have my knife in my back pocket."
My brother got in trouble for that, having a knife too big in his car, like bigger than your palm or something.
In his
Really?
car?
Like the blade bigger than your palm?
Yeah,
Oh.
you're not allowed to have
Goddamn.
that.
No.
Not like the
Didn't know that.
American Eagle knife.
I
Yeah.
got pulled over. I used to always have fireworks. And I got pulled over one time. There's fireworks in the back of my truck. They're like, those are illegal right now. You shouldn't be firing those. I'm not firing them. They're just sitting in the back of my truck. They've been there for like a year. It's like, well, you shouldn't have those. You should put those somewhere safe.
Yeah, I've been with you when you've been pulled over many times. Especially in your Mustang. We got pulled over twice in like 15 minutes.
And they all
Yeah, it was retarded.
remember that fucking douche cop that pulls over in your neighborhood? Big fat rookie cop?
No.
He's
Two
all like,
Mexicans driving
I'm gonna
around in
search the
classic
car.
Mustang.
I told him, you can search the car. I'll have anything. He's like, oh, I'll get to that.
No, I don't remember that.
Really?
Not
He
really.
pulled me over for curfew.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Curfew.
Fuck, I don't remember
That's
We were
that.
like
lame.
16.
The only time I remember a cop coming is when we were all in that room, my room that was the garage. or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
And then
He comes in, knocks on the door because we're
yeah.
shooting that lady.
Oh yeah. He's like, you shouldn't have anything that projects stuff.
Like,
I was like, oh okay.
I could have risked this, but I don't want to be wasting my time
Yeah.
over here talking to y'all. Just
And we
don't
were shooting
shoot
that lady's.
cat.
We didn't even know if that was a stray cat, but she just called the cops anyway.
And then there was like marijuana and stuff on the table
And beer.
There's like a
beer
shit ton of
bottles.
Yeah,
beer
well,
cans and weed.
We were only like 17 or 16
It
or
was all your
something.
brother stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just holding a BB gun.
He's like, I don't want to
Guilty.
be called back here and have to arrest y'all.
Well, he
I don't
never
need to
came
be
inside, but he was by the doorway. I know he could see
Oh,
it.
he was, yeah. We opened the door and
Yeah, we
to
were
us from
talking to him at the doorway. I was like, but you can see it right there.
He just is just like these fucking kids.
Yeah, it's like, God.
He was a cool cop.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun shooting at that cat.
That was funny.
That lady still lives there.
Oh, really? You still have the cat?
I have no idea.
It was like a white and orange cat.
Can't remember
Almost like a
what color.
garter.
Yeah, I don't remember what fucking
Target.
color it was. I thought it was a gray cat. I remember
I remember being
shooting a
white
gray cat.
with like, or white or like brown stripes on it.
I just remember going into the sewer. That was it after that. But then she called the cops.
She told us
Funny.
while we were in the back of the truck, I'm calling the cops on you. And that's when we went and walked inside like fucking bitch.
Like, okay, we're sorry. We're like, oh, being polite.
Then I shot her in the ass.
While she's walking
Call
in
the
the
cops
house.
for that.
She couldn't feel it because of her diaper.
Squirrely.
Oh, I pooped again.
Not again.
So I get for buying these cheap Walmart diapers.
They're so cheap.
So cheap.
Ooh, man. So cheap.
So how long did you stay in jail?
So cheap.
I was probably in there for like 14 hours, 15 hours, something like that.
I was in there almost 24 hours. I was in there like 20 hours because I got pulled over early.
Because I would have been
I didn't
gone.
get
I
out
would have
till
been
the middle of the
released
night.
24 hours after, but I got out.
Yeah, I was in the holding cell for the last like 6
Well,
hours.
that's the thing that sucks because you weren't in Wilco, were you?
I was in Wilco.
Oh, you were? I thought you weren't in Wilco. That's what sucks about Wilco. At least that's what Damon tells me because he's been to both. They don't keep a magistrate on like call all the time, a judge. So he leaves at like 7 o'clock, and if you're there anytime after 7, you got to wait till the next day,
Yeah, it does
and you
suck.
get stuck in line depending on when you get there. So I got there at like 9, and I just waited and I didn't leave till like 7 o'clock or something.
Damn.
I got
next-
there.
the next
I was there
evening.
like 3 in the morning, but I didn't leave like 10. That
So Travis County, you can post bail anytime.
night. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I posted my bail.
Well,
But
but
I
I
just-
mean, like, you could go in front of the judge at like 1 a.m. and
Yeah,
Would
it's
you
there
like bail?
24/7.
Hey.
They got judges there all the time. They rotate.
I think you're arrested there.
And they're more lenient.
That's nice.
Yeah. Wilco sucks.
Yes, it does.
I remember the shitty food they gave everyone. There was this fat guy in our
It
holding
wasn't
cell.
too bad.
I get it.
I remember. Yeah, I remember. People always tell you the shitty food there.
It was like cafeteria food.
Yeah.
I was
Nah,
all
it was a little
mush.
worse than cafeteria food.
All my food was liquid.
I actually got like 3-course meals. You got
I
like
got like a piece of cake and like
yeah, you got dessert and you got
kind of like those
actual-
frozen HEB chicken dinners or like chicken fried steak dinners.
I got
Some
mush.
corn.
breakfast. I think they gave us like eggs and a biscuit. And
I didn't eat breakfast. No, I don't remember.
I got all 3 meals.
I kind of filled up.
I think I
on
actually
one.
got 4 meals. No, I got more. I got dinner when I got there.
I just ate because I had no idea
then
what
I
I was
had
getting at.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then I had 4 meals.
Damn. That's good eating.
I ate better when I was there than when I was
Damn.
not in jail.
If I was a bum, I'd commit little petty crimes.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat tonight.
Poked
Like
with a fork.
steal
Just
some. Yeah.
goes around with a fork.
It's a bum crazy
I
about.
remember it was always funny in my because you had all the people who hadn't been there before. Then you had all the pros who were there like all the time. And I was like, man, I don't know who to call because I tried like calling my parents' cell phones. Like, oh no, you can't call cell phones from these phones.
Yeah.
You can only call bail bondsmen, and you should
Yeah.
call this bail bondsman. They got this girl there who works there. She's fine, man.
Yeah, some people were like, tell them I call or yeah, like recommended. I was like, what?
He's like, tell 'em- I guess they get like bird dogs.
Yeah.
Because if they send customers that way, they get a percentage. They get like $50.
I was like, what?
He was like, yeah, tell them I was there. You know, tell them I told you to call. They'll know. They'll know.
Yeah,
Tell them J-Dog sent
It's
you.
some of those people.
It's always a black guy.
We'll give you $50.
It was funny. But I did call that place, and they had a hot bail bondsman. She was pretty sexy. I didn't mind going there once a week. Even
go
though I
there
still
once a
didn't.
You had to go there once a week?
I had to check in. Well, call.
Oh,
Check in.
I was like, damn, that sucks.
You go there
'Cause I
after
just
court.
call, yeah.
But I still never called. She was always calling me like, David, you need to call us. It's like, why? You call me every time.
It only takes like a minute, unless something changes.
Yeah, good times though. Good times.
Yeah, good.
Learn. Well, you're still going through yours. I was like, mine's. I finished my 15 months probation.
God damn.
I did my 80 hours of community service. License was suspended for 90 days. Lost my job. Worked through a bunch of crap pay jobs. Didn't get a lot of money, and now I'm back making good money again and back on my feet. And
Yeah, so it's all worked out.
you learn,
Nothing
and
to really learn.
you live and you
Just
learn.
Don't fucking do that shit again.
Don't get caught.
That's a lesson.
Live, laugh, love.
I guess. I already
So,
knew that lesson
yeah.
though. That's the thing.
So you're right at that halfway point, Louie. You're gonna
Yeah, I'll be
see
fine.
what you get.
So are you
It's my
gonna-
first offense, so.
So it
I
was
don't
mine
know.
too.
So
You haven't been in front of a judge or anything, huh?
only when I.
You haven't even
got
met
my
with your
bond.
lawyer yet, have you?
Yeah,
Oh, you
well,
have?
I met with him in the free consultation.
Who's your
but,
lawyer?
Some dude named
Should have got the DWI dude.
777.
Dunham and
No, I had
Roger.
7 and 7. They sucked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did. You had the same lawyer I did, right?
I wasn't the same lawyer, same company.
Oh, they suck.
That's 7
Alright.
7 7 7 7 7 7. Fuck them, man. They suck.
Shut up, they'll sue you.
So, yep. Live and learn, brother. Anything else you want to talk about, Louie? You want
I don't know.
to time to we can wrap up here?
Wrap it on.
Here at the treehouse.
I feel like it was a good time.
It was
Pretty
good.
good.
Well, I'd like to thank Louie for being here with us. Hope you all enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Woo! Loitering and. Next week on Loitering and. Right now it's just me, and I'm just gonna call you the Magic Dragon for this episode. I'm gonna smoke a little of the.
The Blue Dream. The ultimate goal is something else called dabbing. It's
Explain.
it's a wax.
Wax, homie, I get on that wax and I ain't coming back. Wax, wax.
Mike just joined us.
We want to talk about that homeless girl we picked up. My man Dragon was trying to put down some
Dang.
Let's listen to the fight.
Oh, yeah.
cat fight.
Woo! Loitering and.